So, where are all these parallel universes, then?
Everywhere. Right now, there are billions of parallel Teds talking to parallel Martins in parallel kitchens.
And are all the Martins having cornflakes?
No. See, that's the interesting thing. Every universe is just that little bit different.
Oh, so some of them are eating multi-Cheerios?
Exactly.
Well, it still doesn't explain where all my socks keep going. That's the window cleaners.
Yeah.
But where is he?
Hanging off the guttering outside the bathroom.
Barbara?
He wants £20, Ted. When his price comes down, so can he.
If I'm going to walk down the aisle with Phil, I want him to look good. So... Well, what do you think?
Is it house-trained?
Do you think it's too bushy, too showy, then?
No, I just wondered if it'd like a biscuit.
What about this, then? Sort of Michael Caine in Zulu.
Gee, why do you want Phil to wear a toupee?
I think Phil is a lovely fellow. He's got some good qualities. But he's just got this great dome of shining flesh that screams pensioner. I'll go and tell him that we've decided on Michael Caine.
I never knew Jean was so touchy about baldness.
Well, you know why, don't you?
No, why?
Well, she's bald herself.
She's not bald.
That's why she's so hostile. See...
So you're saying that you think she wears a wig?
Oh, no, she does. Scratched her head during Emmerdale and it moved.
Never. Jean is my sister. Granted, much of her body is not what she was born with, but her hair is.
You know everything about her, do you? Every little secret.
Linda, tell him he's talking daft.
He's right, Mum, she's bald.
What?
Look, she never goes out in high winds. And do you remember that time when we were kids and Dad hired that boat? We went sailing round Robin Hood's Bay. She stayed below deck with the captain.
You know why that was. They weren't playing Scrabble.
He said he'd rather be Michael Caine and Alfie, but...
What? Ted?
I've lost my coat.
What?
My grey one. I picked this one up in the pub by mistake. I went back, but it had gone.
Oh, no.
15 years I've had that coat. It's been part of my life.
Oh, God.
We had some good times together.
It's a coat!
Some real adventures. I was wearing that coat when I made a citizen's arrest on that old lady outside Dulcis. I used it to wrap up that asthmatic collie on the Mercy dash to the vets. He was the one Carol Vorderman vomited on.
It's just a coat.
I'll get you a Snapple, Dad.
Oh, and now it's gone. I've lost a good friend.
Well, how do you know the coat like you? Me? Well, I might have been planning its escape for years, plotting with the other anoraks how to dump you.
Leave your dad alone.
Mango all right, Dad?
Oh.
Hey, you shouldn't wear somebody else's coat, you know, Ted. They could have had a rare skin complaint. Or leprosy.
Maureen Mellor's husband once borrowed somebody else's bobble cap and half his forehead peeled off.
Oh, I can feel one of my fever attacks coming on. I need one of my cold baths.
Oh, before you go, Ted, which do you prefer?
Whichever one suits you.
As I was saying, Clive's been dabbling in the mystical. It all started when he had an out-of-body experience during an old episode of Kojak.
What happened?
Suddenly, he was transported to a seat at a round table.
King Arthur's?
He didn't get any names, they were just having Sunday lunch.
Right.
Anyway, that set him off and he embarked on a course of regressive hypnotherapy. They take you back through previous lives, and Clive discovered that he is the reincarnation of the Aztec ruler Montezuma.
You're Clive?
A god in human form. It's gone straight to his head. He won't touch the washing up.
So, if Clive's a god, who are you?
Well, apparently, I was a squirrel.
Oh, Have you filled all those forms in?
Yes, I think so.
Well, welcome to the Logsdon Road practice, Mr. Rogers. I'm Barbara, and this is Montezuma's favourite squirrel, aren't you, Nutkin? Now, I've made an appointment for you with the nurse at 2 o'clock.
Thank you. You know, you look uncannily like my late wife.
Oh, right.
She was a striking woman, devastatingly attractive.
Would you like to fill this up and bring it back with you?
For you, anything.
Remember to screw the lid down tight.
Perhaps if you're free after, we could nip out for a coffee?
Oh, no, I don't know.
No, you're right. It was forward of me to ask.
No, I don't mean...
I hate myself.
No, don't.
I'm such a fool. Please forgive me.
Mr. Rogers, I think a cup of coffee would be very nice.
Wonderful.
Barbara! What?
What are you doing?
He's just a lonely man seeking a bit of company. Oh, look at his illnesses. The poor man's had to write on the back.
You've got to be careful with extramarital coffee. When Clive found out I'd had a cappuccino with that nice man from the fishmongers, it hit the roof. We haven't eaten halibut since.
He's only asking me for a coffee, door.
Well, so long as he doesn't ask you for cocoa.
Great show, Bob.
Certainly one of the best that I can remember, Martin.
Do you fancy a drink?
I'd like to, but my wife is expecting me at home. I'm afraid I've just run out of time.
Huh. Where is home?
Otley. So I'll be heeding the good advice of the travel desk and avoiding the congestion on the bypass.
Do you always talk like that?
And what way is that exactly, Martin?
Well, you're doing it now. I mean, the programme's finished.
I'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Pond Life. Good night.
Martin! Here you are.
Gavin, Gavman, the Gavmeister.
Hello, Martin. There's something I want you to do.
Oh, no. I'm not putting a ferret down my pants again, Gavin. It just won't be funny a fifth time.
No. I want you to look after someone on a work experience placement.
Forget it. I'm not having some snot-nosed kid hanging around my ankles when I'm on a story.
This kid is Derek's son.
Who?
Derek. As in director of programs, Derek?
OK, fine, yeah, love to. Smashing.
Hello. I phoned earlier about the coat.
Oh, yes, come in.
I picked it up by mistake in the pub. Oh, got home, I was distraught.
I thought I'd never see mine again. Hello, mate.
Oh, it's a great coat for driving in this.
You do a lot of driving, do you?
Oh, yeah. I'm a chauffeur.
I'm a taxi driver. I tell you, seen some action as this coat. Carol Vorderman vomited on it.
Moira Stewart threw up on mine.
Well, I never. By the way, the name's Ted.
Oh, I'm Todd.
Can I get you a drink, Todd? Tea, coffee?
No, I never drink tea or coffee, Ted. Have you got a Snapple?
Yes, I have.
Well, it's lovely of you to invite me over for lunch, Linda.
Well, I thought, why not? I mean, how often do we have you over?
Never.
Quite.
You sit here, Auntie.
Oh, right.
Linda, would you like me to finish off the hoovering?
Oh, that would be very kind of you, Neil.
That is no problem, really.
So, Jean, how many sugars?
I haven't touched sugar since 1983. I've got my sweeteners. It's rescued my figure, you know, and Neil!
Sorry, it slipped.
Glad we came here, Barbara. Very oldie-worldy. Very cosy.
Well, I've always liked the look of their eclairs. It's a shame about the calories.
You're not someone who needs to count the calories, Barbara.
So, a deviated septum must be a bugbear.
Tell me about you.
Well, I've managed to avoid ear, nose and throat problems, to be honest. Did you have your polyps done on the NHS?
Yes.
I wouldn't like the thought of some fuse wire shoved up my nose. Was it that started your breathing problems or the swollen epiglottis?
Neither. They were years apart. You can tell a lot about a lady by the way she eats.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, you chew in a very seductive way.
Well, I have to eat on my left side.
Oh, I see.
You would. That abscess must have kept you on soup for weeks.
Yes. Would you like some more coffee, Bob?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Not a great coffee drinker, then? I bet you like hot, milky drinks.
Oh, yes. I was an Ovaltine.
Great. Perhaps next time we could meet a little later. Share a cocoa.
I don't think so.
I'd like to see more of you, Barbara. In every sense of the word.
Mr. Rogers, there's only one man that sees me in my birthday suit. My husband. And that's only on his birthday.
We're all looking for a bit of fun.
With your medical history, we'd need an ambulance on standby.
Now you're talking.
No. Now I'm leaving.
The mistake I made was assuming it was a fault with the roller bearing, but no. It was this hinge here by the axle.
Yes, I had exactly the same problem on my V70 model. There she is.
Oh, yes.
Isn't she gorgeous, eh?
Oh, look at the curve on that grass box.
Yeah. I tell you, she's a right goer.
I bet she is.
Yeah, one touch of her button and vroom.
Do you know, it's absolutely wonderful to meet someone else who's interested in lawnmowers.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Can I get you one for the road?
Why not?
Yeah. Have you ever had a mango snapple?
God, it's the fever again.
Eh?
Oh, I get these sudden fever attacks.
Oh, prickly sensation all over. One buttock boiling up, the other buttock freezing cold.
Yes?
I get exactly the same.
Oh, God.
Go on, go upstairs and have a cold bath.
Oh, no.
No, go on, it's the best thing for it.
Oh.
Yeah. Second door on the right. I'll just pop down the chemist and get this cream I use.
See you later, then. Dr. Walsh, hit from behind by a Renault Clio outside Iceland. They've sat him in the chest freezer to keep the swelling down.
So, Bar, what happened with you and Mr. Rogers?
Well, he wanted cocoa.
And did you give him cocoa?
No, I did not.
Fancy him suggesting carnal knowledge in the Mayflower tea shop.
I don't think he wanted us to do it on the sweet trolley. But I have to say, Doreen, that's the last time I befriend the lonely.
Clive says that widowers are more likely to be oversexed.
How would he know?
Well, Clive's company had a handyman who came back from his wife's funeral, and 2 hours later he was pressing one of the office temps up against the hanging file.
Oh, dear.
Subsequent to that, and after a catalogue of complaints, they found a can of whipping cream and chocolate body paint in his locker.
Well, what was he going to do with that?
Well, nobody really found out, but Clive suspected his secretary was involved. He said for 2 days running she'd smelt like a Black Forest gatto.
So, Toby, what's it like being Derek's son?
All right.
I'm very big on Derek, you know. He's the best director of programmes I've ever had. Wonderful man, really great. Does he ever mention me at home?
No.
So you want to get into TV then?
I think TV's full of shallow, self-obsessed gits.
No, you're right, yeah. Some right idiots.
Vain, pretentious, jumped-up pillars.
Oh, I like you. You remind me of a young man not unlike yourself. He was young, witty, intelligent, with a bright future. His name was Martin Pond.
Never heard of him.
Well, that's me.
Oh.
So you're shadowing me for a week.
Apparently.
It's a big challenge.
Well, you're a big shadow, aren't you?
I do like you. Ready, Dave? Steve Redman. You've only been manager at County for 2 months, but already you've surprised everyone by actually winning 2 games in a row.
Well, I must say, I'm very happy with the way things are going.
Redmond, you're wazzer.
Toby, not during the interview, OK? Steve Redmond, you've only been manager at County for 2 months, but already you've surprised everyone by actually winning 2 games in a row. Toby, not now. Hey. Steve Redmond, you've only been manager at County for 2 months, but already you've surprised everyone by actually winning 2 games in a row.
Well, twice in one day, Linda, I'm honoured.
Well, with Martin out, I thought it would be nice to have some company for tea.
Do you think it's a bit hot in here?
I know, the thermostat's broken.
Here you go, Linda. Shall I plug it in?
Oh, thanks, Neil.
Couldn't you just turn the radiators down?
Oh, the doctor said I shouldn't. You know, not in my condition.
Oh.
Piece of Bamberg.
Neil!
We're in the business of truth here, Toby, but it's a serious business. Demands honesty. Demands integrity. We're dealing with important issues every day, issues which affect people's lives. It's serious stuff. Right. That's it. Out.
What?
Out!
You can't chuck me out.
Get out.
Look, you've got the wrong man. I haven't been to Batley, let alone ram-raided the chemist there. The man you want is lying in my bath.
Oh, thanks, Bob. These baby clothes are great.
That's okay, Linda. I think I speak for my wife as well when I say you can never have enough.
Right. Martin will be back soon. Can I get you a glass of wine?
I'm afraid it's that time again where I must say farewell. But before I go, do let me remind you to put your clocks forward 1 hour tonight.
I will.
Well, that's all from me. But don't forget, I'll be back at the same time tomorrow with a car seat and a carry cot. But until then, good night.
Good night. And thanks again, Bob. Thank you. Bloody nutter.
I'm home, love.
Hi, love. You just missed Bob Sinclair. Do you know, close up he looks almost lifelike. How was the day with the trainee?
I was okay.
Do you know, you should look at this as an opportunity. Tell him all your good ideas and then it'll get back to Derek. It'll be Martin Pond live from Washington. The Martin Pond Hour. Martin Pond talks to Nelson Mandela.
I've just dumped him on the A612.
You've just dumped Derek's son on the A612?
Yeah.
You've just dumped the director of programme's son on the A612?
Yeah.
You're finished.
I know.
Barbara! Mr. Rogers.
I'm really very fond of you.
How did you find my address?
It's in the phone book.
Well, if you don't go now, I shall call the police.
I don't mean you any harm. I'm a sick man, Barbara. You know that. You've seen my records.
Yes, and no mention of you being barking mad.
One kiss. Just one kiss.
Kiss you with that abscess?
I've written you a poem. Please listen.
Oh, my God.
Our eyes met across a surgery counter. Would this be a brief encounter? Come away with me, my darling. Even though I'm not in the best of health. And in the tea shop, you told me off when I said I'd like to take your clothes off.
Mr. Rogers, I don't want to involve the police, so I'll tell you what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to walk over to my front door, and when I turn round, I don't expect to see you. Do you understand? Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, love. Having a nice soak. Oh, I've had a rotten day too. I might join you in there in a minute. Oh, you need warming up. Honestly, you go to work, you try and do the job the best you can, and then some strange man starts chatting you up. I mean, I'm a married woman. What does he expect me to do? Take all my clothes off in front of a complete stranger and jump into bed with him?
107.
Oh, Ted, I've got to tell you. I had coffee today with a man. A patient. Looked a bit like Howard Keel. Post 7 Brides, but pre-Dallas. Anyway, we went to the tea shop and the arcade, and then he suggested that we went for some cocoa. I know you're angry and you have every right to be, but nothing happened, Ted.
That's him there. Hello, love. Guess what? I've lost my gloves now.
Where?
I had them in the cafe at breakfast and then gone.
Oh, no.
I love those gloves.
Never mind.
Oh. Have you recovered from last night?
Oh, just about. But it's not every night you do a strip in front of a chemist ram raider.
With me,
look, it's Martin.
Sinclair. Joining me now is the one and only Martin Pond. Martin, what have you in store for us this fair evening?
Well, Bob, tonight we'll be looking at people who come close to greatness in their chosen careers, only to blow it all by some stupid act that was entirely out of character. And although provoked, they later regretted it, and their career could have been saved if someone in senior management would just forgive them.
Well, that should be fun. That's coming up later in the programme, but on a sadder note, tributes have been pouring in for our director of programmes who died suddenly last night.
Dead?
Yes.
Derek, our director of programmes, is dead.
Last night.
Yes! Yes! How sad. Very.
Derek Rogers was a giant in the field of regional television. Despite suffering from ill health most of his adult life, Rogers maintained an energetic lifestyle. He was a devoted family man and leaves a wife and teenage son.
Barbara, what's up?
Nothing.
Do you fancy a cocoa?
Auntie Jean, are you bald?
No.
Cool.
So, how much of this bloke Todd did you actually see then?
Very little. Thanks to your dad's Mr. Matey bubble bath.
All these strange men throwing themselves at you. I can't believe you weren't a bit excited.
Contrary to the media frenzy, most people can do without it, thank you very much. You don't want to believe all these magazines about erogenous zones and J-spots. It's pushed at people all the time these days. Even the telly adverts. Have you seen that one with that couple running stark naked through a meadow?
What's it for?
Cake mix. The world's gone daft. And there's more to life than sex. Your father's living proof of that. Oh, I see that woman next door's got her bedroom curtains drawn again. She'll be entertaining that fella from the DSS. I notice he pops around most afternoons.
Well, that's one benefit she's getting.